And this is a wonderful, wonderful testimony. I'm really happy to share this with you all. So I want you to look at this beautiful family. So you're looking, of course, at a husband and a wife and a precious little boy. I don't know if he's 8 or 10 years old. So this family I first met in San Francisco. They came to a church that I had been at. It's the first time I was at the church. And after we had done the general prayer, they came up to me. Now, they did not look like this picture. When they came up to me, they were both crying, and they both hated each other. They spent the whole time telling me how much they hated each other. They're crying. The wife said this is what they would do. The wife would be there crying, and she would say, "You're a complete jerk." And she would say, "This is why you're a jerk, and I hate you." And then the husband would say, "I'm a jerk, but I hate you too, and this is why I hate you." And this is what I'm listening to the whole time, is them talking about all the reasons they hated each other, and they're crying and crying. They never stopped crying. And finally, we interrupted it a little bit, and I got them to say that they didn't think it was going to work, but they would try. But we still hate each other. And then I made them promise me, I actually promised the Lord, that they would stop putting each other down. That was the one thing I could get them to do, was promise they would not say bad things about each other. That was all I asked them to do. So when they left, they're both crying, and they're still both not liking each other. So I was at another church in San Francisco doing ministry not long after that. Totally different church. Had a great time at the church. And in the back are two people. And so I go to the back, and they're smiling, and they say hi to me. They knew me, and they say, "Do you recognize us?" It took me a few minutes, and all of a sudden I realized who they were. And it was that couple that hated each other. And the husband said to me, "It worked." That was the first words out of his mouth, was "it worked." And he said, "We healed." And they both shared with me that the Lord had healed their marriage. It was really beautiful. And they were happy. He said, "Please keep praying for us." That was his one thing. He said, "We want to come today to get more prayer." And he said, "Please keep praying for us." And it was such a shift, because when you look at the family, look at their faces. I never took a picture of them when I first met them. I would never have taken a picture of them crying and saying how much they hated each other. They would have hated me, I said, "Can I take a picture of you?" And they're hating each other. So I didn't even go near that. But anyway, they're smiling and they're happy, and the little son came in. I remembered him from the first church. He was actually singing on stage, this cute little boy. He was so precious. He was dancing and singing. And it was a beautiful healing. And I wanted to share this with you, because we're so used to talking about, the miracle cancer cure and the miracle bringing back from the dead. But this is an important miracle, because so many people deal with upset. And usually when you're sick physically, your mind doesn't feel good. And a lot of everybody are dealing with family issues, and they're dealing with the, problems at work, and, all kinds of things that are affecting their mind. So it was really precious for me that I could bring this up and show this